not a doctor, not a therapist, right? Or a psychiatrist.
But now it's everywhere.
You left over there. Hold on now.
Like the other side of the room.
And my life was just put on a hold. Like even my kids. Like I didn't care about nothing and nobody. Because I'm angry. I want to know why my sister is not here.
All the men's love.
Can't call you. Those are the very sad moments. You know, I have to be very clear. You are not exempt from experiencing grief, from experiencing trauma, from having a hard day. My black self. Well, it's been a time. It has been a time. Welcome to My Black Self, the podcast. Another one. How y'all doing? I pray, I hope to God, to the gods, that y'all are well. I really wish that. I apologize for being gone so long, but sometimes you gotta put yourself first. And sometimes that includes finding, I talk about this frequently, but finding your inspiration, getting back to you, and just finding that motivation and praying every day that it comes back to you. I want to welcome you again to My Black Self, the podcast. I want to introduce myself again because I'm new. Hi, I'm Malcolm, aka, or follow me at My Black Self with 2 Ks, okay? I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my son missing. Yeah. I'm still in Dallas, Texas. And I'm still alive. I'm still living. My heart is still beating. Although it beats different. Although it has some sorrow. It has some good days and it has some bad days. Or I should say I have good days and I have bad days. I'm still human. I'm still making mistakes. I'm still loving and learning how to be loved. And learning how I want to be loved. I wanted to do this podcast. And I want to call it, let's see, because I'm definitely going to come up with this with y'all right here, right now. 3 years down. 3 years down. I follow this woman, this beautiful woman on TikTok, and her name is Fave Old Bitch, or Your Favorite Old Bitch, something like that. I apologize for messing it up because I definitely slid in your DMs. I'm sorry, sis, but I'll tag you. And she talks a lot about grief, about how her mother left her with these people that don't like her, right? That's her intro, and I think it's beautiful, and I think it's beautiful to see the progress of a griever, a fellow griever, right? And she's inspiring because she has courage to post her process every day. And I wish that was something I could have shared with y'all, or that I can share with y'all every day, but that's not something that I can do. And I leave it for the folks that can. So kudos to them, and kudos to y'all, and kudos to your favorite old bitch. Oh, she gonna kill me if I'm saying this all wrong. I don't even know her like that. Or at all. Who do you really know on TikTok? That's a whole nother podcast. 3 years down. It is the end of June. It is becoming July. And I am becoming July. I always used to say, throw the whole month away. But there's some good in July. July is full of my nephew's birthday. July 18th. July is my father's birthday. July is my sister's death day. July is my younger sister's birthday that I believe is today. Really bad at birthdays. Wait, no, we're not in July. Ooh, see where my mind is? July is, hey Monty. July is my grandmother's death day. July is full of life. July is full of what life is, how life comes, celebration of life, how life goes, celebration of life that was lived, celebration of life that is being lived, memories of life that lived, memories of love, memories of pain, memories of sorrow, memories of anger, memories of not wanting to continue on, memories of 3 years down, you're still here. When you had suicidal thoughts, when you wanted to drive your car off the road, when you wanted to be alone, when you needed to grieve alone, when you didn't know what to say, when you acted out angry, when you cussed folks out, when people didn't know how to treat you or what to say to you. July is full of transitions, new beginnings, and a new you, because you're different. If you have loved ones that passed in July, if you celebrate birthdays in July, if you had traumatic experiences in July, and you're reminded every single year, I'm talking to you. It is June, the end of June. Knowing that July is coming, we are preparing. Knowing that these days are coming, we should be preparing ourselves for what is to come, for what we've experienced, and for the unexperienced. We should be preparing, let me bring that back. Preparing for the experienced and the unexperienced, meaning preparing to remember the trauma, the death, the pulling the plug, the making the hard decisions, the planning the funerals, the celebrating birthdays. The unexperienced is trying to keep it all together, but still not knowing how you will be when the day gets closer. 3 years down, I have been preparing friends, loved ones on how to treat me, what to expect from me around this time, what I expect around this time, what I need, what I don't need. I'm still figuring that out. Reminding people to be patient with me around this time and to expect the unexpected around this time. Sometimes we forget that we have to tell people what's going on. We have to communicate what is really going on. How do we need to be treated around this time? What to expect from me? What do I expect from you? That is very important for you to have a successful deathaversary, a successful July, a successful reminder month, a successful gear up to the month. You know, as I prepared to do this podcast, I had my playlist on, and it started to play songs that I don't normally hear on my playlist. And one of my favorite songs when it comes to death, I guess, is Far Away by Marsha Ambrosius. When my cousin Malcolm passed away and that song was out, and I had the iPad situation with the music, and I had like 4 songs on it with my cord headphones, and that was one of the songs I listened to gear up to his funeral, because ultimately you're so far away. I can't believe that you're gone. I'm missing you so. Can't get you out of my mind. Oh, you're out of my life. I can't believe that you're so far away, right? The best advice I can give you, besides what I said already, is to be patient with yourself. Make sure you communicate. Make sure you celebrate. You know, this year, I never celebrate these days. Just to refresh our memory, my big sister passed in late July. I call her deathaversary the 28th and the 29th. And my grandmother passed the following year on the 21st. We were viewing my grandmother's body the day my sister died. If you've been through that, you know how difficult that is, but you also know how you got to get it done when your grandmother's daughters are there, and when your sister's mom is there. And sometimes you may be the one that has some type of strength to move and to push and to continue and to make sure things go. I remember at my grandmother's funeral, my mother was not going to speak. I don't remember if my aunt spoke. I don't think she did, but I know her wife did. And my mother was like, go up there and say something. Because I just want, at funerals, you just want to listen to what people say about the beautiful soul that has passed. But instead, I got up, and I don't remember everything I said. I wish someone would have recorded it. My face was like bright red because I had an allergic reaction down there in Macon, Georgia. And it was very hot. I remember speaking good about my grandmother. I remember telling people that I believe I was frying chicken at like 5 years old. A very young age, cooking pancakes. We cooked breakfast every day. Okay? Every day that I can remember, at least. I remember sharing memories. I remember just sharing, and what I really shared the most was what she taught me, because my grandmother taught me a lot that I try not to let people know that I know now. But my grandmother taught me how to survive in life. I believe my grandmother also prepared me for her death, and prepared me on how to survive when she passed, because her death affected me, but it did not affect me like my sisters affected me. And I also believe that's because my grandmother would be like, all right, y'all, this is my last Thanksgiving. Say your goodbyes now. She happened to live like another 6 years after that one specific Thanksgiving that I remember coming down the stairs. Well, it's going to be my last Thanksgiving. When someone prepares you for life, you react different when they leave, when they no longer have life. Is that true for you? The people that prepared you the most for life, is it easier to grieve them? I feel it is easier to grieve my grandmother. Also, I feel it's easier to grieve my grandmother because she's with my sister. She's with all 13 of her siblings. She's with her mother and father. And if you believe, follow along. If you don't believe, that's okay. But she is with the Lord, okay? She's with the being that she believes in. She's with the higher power that she believed she would always get to. Remember. One of the best ways to grieve is to remember. Remember the pain. Remember how they passed. Remember how you handled it. Remember every part you played. Also, you need to remember to know how far you've come. You have to. And you'll never forget these people. You'll think about them every day. But remember, a few weeks ago, I was home and something came over me. It was a sadness that just came over my spirit. And I sat on the couch and I looked through me and my sister's text messages. And then in that moment, I realized what I meant to her, or what I did for her. Whatever she needed, I did, if I could, and if I decided to. Not perfect. Sometimes I had to say no. Sometimes we can't do everything. But our relationship was, I was the big brother, she was the little sister. And it's so crazy because I just spoke on my grandmother. I didn't get teary-eyed because I've accepted it. I've accepted my sister too, but it's just something that is so traumatic about the way she passed. That is so traumatic that she's really not here. That just always hurts. Always hurts. And it's not going away. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this. But she's still in here. That threw me off. I don't even know what else I was going to say. But 3 years down. That's crazy. Live life to its fullest potential if you can. Please do your best to progress in grief. For a long time, everybody knows I stopped drinking for 3 years. And I was scared. And I stopped because I wasn't eating. I was having headaches. Nothing was sitting right with me. And then I started having those suicidal thoughts, so I did not want to encourage those thoughts. Well, I've put my big boy pants on. And I like to have a cocktail every now and again. And it's beautiful because I feel like it was the last thing that I needed to face from the 3 years, from the trauma, to say, this is not going to hurt you. It is okay to have a cocktail, Malcolm. It is okay because you weren't an alcoholic. You weren't out of control. You stopped to protect yourself when you knew you were not making right, when you knew your judgment could have been blurred. So it was the one thing I was running from. And I believe I was running from it also because I didn't know, or I didn't have the people around me. And now, please, people, don't get offended by this, but I didn't have the people around me that I felt I would be safe to drink around. And what I mean by that is I was around people who enjoyed drinking to where I didn't feel like if I was to drink that my feelings would be acknowledged. So it's more so selfish. It has nothing to do with people specifically, but it's more so I want to make sure I'm the priority when I try this. Now, granted, that's something that I could have spoke on, but I wasn't ready until now. Do something that you've been afraid to do and see how it affects you. Try something old, try something new. Remember that you can continue on. Remember that a deathaversary can be a celebration. Ooh, let me tell y'all what I'm gonna do. Well, the plan is to go to Connecticut and celebrate by doing what she liked to do. Cook on the grill. Not lobster tail. She liked a little lobster tail, but she was a crab leg girl. So some crab leg, shrimp. Simple. Very simple. But season it well. Season it well. And I will let y'all know how it goes. Stay tuned. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at My Black Self with 2 Ks. Please continue to follow me on Instagram. Like and share. It may be time to come back. However, social media annoys my spirit so much. But I know that I have a voice, and I know that I want people to hear me, and I know that I ain't the only one that need to hear myself speak. I love you for listening. I love you for watching, like Wendy used to say. And thank you for listening to My Black Self, the podcast.